Kat Matlala, the underworld kingpin and master of all dirty businesses in South Africa, has once again exposed things we never knew about the likes of Brown Mogotsi, Lieutenant Mkhwanazi, MCHUNU, Bheki Cele, General Sibia, and tax bosses like Mkhwanazi and Msibi. He gave a detailed story on how bribery has taken all over SAPS, how Bheki Cele and MCHUNU has been secretly collecting bribes from taxi bosses and other criminals in the country. He also exposed what exactly he discussed with Lieutenant Mkhwanazi when they had a secret meeting, and made a shocking confession when the commissioners asked him if actually Mkhwanazi lied or not. He also exposed what made him to hate Brown Mogotsi and Police Minister Bheki Cele after they deceived him to keep giving them bribes until they nearly made him broke. This is just a tip of an iceberg. Grab a cup of coffee, take a seat, and stay with me till the end of the video for the full story. If you are a supporter of Lieutenant Mkhwanazi and believe Kat Matlala should be jailed no matter what after he stole millions meant for poor patients at Tembisa Hospital, then hit the like button, comment, send him to CMAX, and subscribe for more updates.
Your voice tends to drop sometimes, or maybe my hearing is not what it should be.
I try to speak next to the speaker.
You can pull them closer to you if more comfortable. Thank you. Yes, no, my question had been on that particular one occasion, because you say you've met with him only once. I hear that you say that meeting involved or related to the Medicare 24 contract, which you say is part of the ongoing criminal trial.
Yes.
My question was whether or not you discussed any other matters outside the Medicare 24 contract, and if so, what those were.
Yeah, there is something that we discussed except the Medicare 24 tender.
Are you able to shed light on what was discussed?
Maybe again, Chairperson, this particular issue, I want to request for a number of reasons that it be parked. We intend to bring, if necessary, again in law, an application to the Commission to deal with that issue differently. So at this point, I respectfully submit that for reasons that we've also disclosed to the evidence leaders, I do not think it's pertinent or prudent at this point to deal with this issue. We will deal with it in the supplementary affidavit together with a specifically application as to how we wish to deal with that aspect, because the client's already indicated to you that there's a relation to the Medicare contract and it flows from there. Thank you very much.
But Mr. Matlala has just said that it's not related to the Medicare 24 contract.
It is indirectly related to it. As I said, my client is not an attorney or an advocate. He doesn't understand the legal, the finer points of the law in as much as how you indicate direct or indirect or related to.
Chair. My challenge is if we approach matters on that basis, then anything that was discussed on that one occasion, including any potential Christmas gifts, cannot be discussed, simply because the Medicare 24 contract happened to be discussed in that meeting. Now, Mr. Matlala has specifically, as the chair points out, that there were other matters discussed that are unrelated to Medicare 24. Now, if Ms. van der Heever wants the matter to be parked, as she suggests, the least she could do, I would suggest, is to advance a legal basis to the commissioners for why this matter should be parked. I do not see, even if she were able to, I do not see why the witness cannot comment just in general on the topics that were discussed and the detail to be unpacked in the supplementary statement. Thank you, Chair.
Chairperson, on that issue, if necessary, I will file a substantive application to deal with it and ask that that application be heard in camera. Thank you.
I just want to be sure, is the point the simple one that the other issues that were discussed which Mr. Matlala says are not related to Medicare 24, but which you say are indirectly related to Medicare 24, that Mr. Matlala is claiming the privilege not to incriminate himself. Is that your point, Ms. van den Heever?
My point actually goes further, Chairperson, and that's why I say, with the greatest of respect, allow us the opportunity on that issue alone to set it out, file a substantive application, and set out to you the reasons as to why we believe that should not be dealt with in an open forum.
But in broad and general terms, why can't we hear now what the extension beyond the privilege is, in broad general terms, not any detail?
Chairperson, then I'm going to ask that I just deal with this issue with the client during tea time, and that we then come back after tea time to that particular issue. I need to take an instruction on him as to exactly how he feels comfortable in me addressing you on that issue. As I said, please understand it clearly. This is not to interfere with the flow of what we're busy with. But I also have my client's interest at heart when I address this issue. But I'm quite willing to have a quick discussion with him during the tea period and come back to this to see how we can deal with it.
Perhaps in the interest of time, Ms. Cele, for now, let's just park the issue and revisit it when we come back after the tea.
I'm happy to do so, and I see perhaps it is about that tea time, but if I could just conclude on paragraph 15, and then we'll revert to this issue. Except to go on record and say Mr. Matlala has got a full appreciation of the fact that the other issues that were discussed bear no bearing on the Medicare 24 contract, and that's the understanding that he gave to the Commission, to the commissioners in response to a question, and he is very clear about that. But we shall park the matter and we will pick it up after tea. For the moment, then, Mr. Matlala, let's go to your paragraph 15.3. This time you are addressing your relationship with Lieutenant General Fani Molefe. If you could read the contents of 15.3 into the record.
I place on record that I do not have any relationship with Lieutenant General Molefe Fani. I have never met him, and
did you develop a personal relationship?
Yes, I was close with him, yes.
You're close?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. At paragraph 18, overleaf, you then deal with a different person. You are responding to 2.5.2, and here you are requested to speak to the nature and extent of your relationship with Mr. Stephen Mutsumi. You deal with that at paragraph 19, so if you could read that.
I can confirm that I know Mr. Mutsumi and that I have done a commercial transaction with him wherein his company had lent me an advance, one of my companies, an amount of 5 million rands.
Now, it's 5 million, right?
Yes, 5 million,
okay.
Yes.
When was this? When was this loan extended?
When was when?
When was this when you say he lent and advanced one of your companies an amount of 5 million?
I think it was 2024, the end of 2024.
And do you have? Was this on a basis of a written agreement or just an oral agreement?
Yes, it's a written agreement.
A written agreement?
Yes.
Are you able to provide a copy?
Yes, I will.
And which, you say one of your businesses, which business was this?
It's Medicare.
Medicare?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you say you have done a commercial transaction where you say he had lent in advance, so the 5 million was duly paid over to Medicare.
Yes.
Thank you. Now
Can I just ask?
Yes.
Sorry, Mr. Is this the only kind of relationship that you've had with Mr. Mutsumi?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And in fact, that is where I was leading to, so you confirm that he's not your friend?
No.
Do you have any other personal relationship with him besides commercial transactions?
No, I don't have.
How did you come to ask for a loan from him?
Why or how?
How?
I called him and asked for money.
Sorry?
I called him and I asked for money.
No. I'm not asking by what means, Mr. Matlala. For example, I would not call Mr. Mutsumi and say, please loan me or my company 5 million rand. So you are not answering my question. I'm not asking by what means, which is by means of a telephone call to him. That's not what I'm asking.
For me, Chairperson, to answer that question, I think if you say why I ask the money, then I will be able to answer. But how, I don't understand.
The why is probably so as to get money from him for whatever purpose.
Yes.
But why him? How did you come to choose him to get a loan from him? So I'm still asking how. And I'm insisting on an answer, please.
He's a businessman, and then I know that.
Did you know him? Did you know him before?
Yes.
How did you know him?
Through Mr. Msibi.
So you approached him because you happen to know him?
Yes, I know him, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Does that answer mean that you socially knew him, you interacted with him?
Yes, I did.
Before you asked him for a loan?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
As a matter of interest now, seeing as you are not that close to him, you socially interacted with him, and as the chair asks, because I'm sure if I were to approach him for a 5 million rand loan, he's unlikely to grant me. My question is, did you have...
Asking for money is something that is unlawful. Maybe if we can get to the bottom of this. So that's when I kept on sending Brown Mogotsi money. So I paid also 150,000 to his account for that January 8th celebration of the ANC.
Now, I just want to retrace our steps a bit. You say he called you and he offered to help you open a case. Did he say how he came to know you had been raided?
Did he say
what did he say was the purpose of his call?
To help me to open a case.
Following the raid on your house?
Yes.
Did he say how he got to know that fact, that your house was raided?
Hence, I think earlier I just mentioned that I know how now, but then I did not know.
Okay, how now?
So I'm saying the names of the people who I don't want to mention those names.
Okay.
Of how did he end up knowing me? Because it's part of the people who are under investigation and myself, so I do not want to go there.
So, are these members of SAPS or are these civilians? No, there are 62 million people at least in this country. You are safe if you say civilians. No one can take an educated guess.
One is a civilian, yes, and one is a member of SAPS.
Okay. Now, are these names you are willing to disclose confidentially to the Commission in your supplementary statement?
Yeah, they will be disclosed in my supplementary.
Okay. Now, most importantly, you are a businessman at that time. You've just been raided by people you say you were not sure were even police because you were worried. You were not sure whether police were raided your home or whether you had been robbed. You had that concern with you. Why did you accept an offer of help from somebody you don't know the first thing about? Why didn't you suspect that there's something fishy? Why should somebody come out of the blue to help me go open a case on a raid I have just experienced? I ask this to say, perhaps, I don't know, he must have said something to you that made you confident to conclude that you are dealing with a legitimate person And if he did, what that something could potentially be? What could he have said to you?
What he said to me is he's from the office of the minister.
Yes.
And then by that time, out of frustration, I didn't even think that far, that how did he end up.
Okay.
By now, like I said, I know.
Okay. Did he ever offer you, did he ever help you with
No,
the
no,
opening?
no.
Okay. Now, I am aware that you say you only got to know of him after around the time of the raid of your house. We know that is the 6th of December. Did you subsequently develop a relationship with him, whether as a friend or?
After he asked money, I knew this guy is not what he says he is, so I didn't have any relationship with him.
You didn't have any relationship with him?
No.
You say for January 8, you paid 150,000.
Yes.
Why would you do that? What would you be getting in return for that?
It was because of the advice from the former minister, Bheki Cele.
What would have been the purpose of paying 150,000? What did Mr. Cele say to you would be the purpose of paying 150,000?
To make him not doubt that I no longer trust him. Maybe he will end up leading us to.
Okay.
Sorry?
Oh, no, I was following you.
Yes,
Please go
yes.
ahead.
No, I'm saying it's because not to give him any suspicion that I no longer trust him.
Okay. So did you give any more?
No.
Give him any more?
No.
Chairperson, I'd just like the witness to finish the answer where he said it was to lead him to. If you can just complete that portion.
No, absolutely. I apologize if I interrupted you. So let's take a step back. And it sounds like that there's an answer I might have interrupted and it's incomplete.
Yes, because he said he was from the Minister of the Police.
Yes.
And then the former Minister of Police, the other Mr. Bheki Cele, he said that giving him money, because he strongly believed that this guy, he is working with the minister of the current minister then he thought by giving him money, I will end up getting close to them, to him and the former minister. The other Mr. Let me just mention that because there's two ministers. I'm talking about Mr. MCHUNU. Yes, Brown said, Mr. Cele said that maybe he will lead us to Mr. MCHUNU.
Okay.
Can I just ask so the raid is on the 6th of December, if I recall,
Yes.
in 2024. This was for the January 2025 ANC celebration.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Which is the 8th of January.
Yes.
So within that month.
Financial assistance.
Now, then you say prior to this incident, you had no dealings with Mr. Brown Mogotsi. I'm reading your second sentence. Did you know him prior to him making this call to you?
No.
So with that statement that you had no prior dealings with him, it includes the fact that you didn't know him.
Yes, I've never. Yes.
You had never met him before?
No.
You had never had any communication with him?
No.
Now, the raid at your house, if I understand it correctly, was the 6th of December 2024.
Yes.
So that is the operative date. And you indicate here that he called you at the time that SEPS raided your house.
Not the day. I think I'll say the raid was on Friday, I remember.
Yes.
He called me, I think, on Sunday, 2 days
Okay.
after, yes.
So when you say at the time, you mean within a period around the date
Yeah,
of the raid
yes.
itself. And this, you are receiving a call code from somebody you don't know, you've never heard of before?
Yes.
And is there anything specific about this call that you think might be of relevance to the commission? Why are you putting it as a marker for a time frame?
Yes, he called and then he said to me he's calling from the office of the minister.
Okay.
and then he's here to help me to open the case against the police.
Okay.
So I will say this, let me just go back and say why was he saying this? Because the following day, on Saturday after the raid, I was not sure whether those people are the police or not because they were wearing balaclavas. And then they took my cell phones and my company firearms and my personal firearm. So I thought I was robbed. So I went to the police station the following day. And then I wanted to open a case. So when I was busy giving the police the statement, and I think by the time they were supposed to register the case or something, they just realized that no, these were actually real police, because those firearms, if they were taken by thieves, they were not going to book them in the, what is it called, the SAP 13 in the police station. So by then now I knew that those were police because of they booked in my firearms. But still they did not register my case.
Okay.
So it was on Saturday when I went to open a case, the following morning. So on Sunday, Commissioner, you know, some of the things that I wouldn't want to comment on them because it's things that I say I will feel like I will incriminate myself. But let me not I want to proceed with this testimony, but let me please not mention some of the things. Maybe in my supplementary affidavit, I don't know how we will deal with it. But let me just proceed, and then you will tell me where you need clarity, and then we can take it from there.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. On Sunday, when he called me, he said he wants to help me in regards with opening a case against the police. And then I was interested because I wanted to open a case of harassment. And then that's when I got to know of him. And then especially when he said he's from the Minister of the Police. And then because I know that there by the police station, they refused to open a case against the police, then he was willing to assist. So what I think when they came for the second time for the raid, he asked money from me. He said he wants to bring experts from the police to do the investigation to find out who are these people who came to my house. But by then he wanted money. And then, yes, I gave him that money. I think it was 20,000, I think. He said we must book accommodation for those investigators. So that's when he started to raise a red flag for me that why would the police need money to do an investigation? But anyway, I gave him the money. And then when the police now came to my office, raided my office, and went back to my house looking for me because they were supposed to charge me because I was not supposed to have a spare key of my office where I keep my firearms, which I did not know that is unlawful. So they said they wanted to arrest me for that thing. So they came to my house to arrest me for that. So, but I was not at home. So on my way to my house, I found out that the police are there already. My wife called me when I was on my way home, said the police are here. They're looking for you. But what worried me is the police were wearing balaclavas again, and then, but I'm supposed to be charged for a case of having a spare key of your own safe. So I had my own suspicions that something must be wrong here. They will just send a normal investigators, maybe with police in uniform, but not people with rifles and balaclavas for a spare key. So that's when I got engaged with Brown a lot, Mogotsi a lot. And then He said to me, yes, he will help, and then to get to the bottom of this and find out who are these people actually. But at some point, I got a call from a person who was very close to the former minister. And he said, the former minister of police. And he said to me, listen, because that thing now was in the media. I've already opened, by then I've already, what is it called? That agent interdict, the High Court interdict, agent application. I've already done that to stop harassment, and it's already even in the media. So this guy called me and said, listen, I see you're having problems here. Come to KZN, then I have someone who will help you with this problem. Then that's when I got to know the former Minister of Police, Mr. Bheki Cele. So when I got to Mr. Bheki Cele, I'm still on Brown Mogotsi anyway, not, but I want to give you the context of when I was with Mr. Bheki Cele, I showed him that, listen, this guy, I showed him my communication with him. He claims that he's from the Minister of Police, but he wants money from me, and then he also says that I was helped them with the, what is it called? There's this function that ANC holds every year in January. I don't know what is it called. So, but he wanted money for that also. So, and then that's when the former Minister of Police said to me, you know what, continue giving this guy money. Maybe if you do that, and then he will lead us to, because he's saying that he's close with the Minister of Police. And then what are they doing? My relationship with Mike van Wyk is a subject of the matter that is pending before court, and as such, I'm unable to comment on this question. I do not wish to incriminate myself, as Mike was a CEO of my company, Medicare, the very same company that had a contract with SAPS. I therefore claim my right to not incriminate myself.
Just to check my understanding, as CEO of Medicare 2420.
Yes.
That is the company that was awarded the contract, that concluded the SAPS contract.
Yes, that's true.
I'm correct that Mr. van Wyk is not one of the accused in that matter. He's not charged.
He's a state witness.
He's a state witness.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you say, do you have a relationship with Mr. van Wyk other than as a CEO of Medicare? And I ask this question because of how you start your paragraph 20. You say, my relationship with Mr. van Wyk is a subject of the matter that is pending before court. So if your relationship is in his capacity as CEO, that I would take it doesn't suggest you are friends, but your friendship, if any, with Mr. van Wyk is not a subject of that criminal case. I don't know if I'm making sense. Would you agree with me?
Can you please clarify?
I'm trying to understand which relationship of yours with Mr. van Wyk is a subject of a matter that is pending in court. I say to you, I can appreciate that if, as a CEO, you are the chairman of Medicare 24, of the board, yes?
Yes, that's correct.
So that relationship, I can understand how it becomes part of the criminal case pending before court. But if you were also personal friends, are you suggesting that even that particular relationship is also part of the criminal case? Is the subject of the criminal case?
No, it cannot be.
Yes. So what other relationship besides him being a CEO did you have with him?
He was never my friend. It was a business-related relationship.
Now, outside of Medicare 24, did you have any other dealings with him on a business level?
Yes, I did.
What businesses did you have in common?
Security, because he also have a security company.
What was his security? Let's start with you. Yours was VIP?
Yes.
And what was his business dealings?
The name
He's
of the
in the security sector, sorry.
Are you asking the name of his company?
Yes,
Anubis.
Anubis. Was there any formal relationship between Cat VIP and Anubis, or was the relationship between the two of you as the heads of the respective entities?
No, but myself as not the company myself. Before I used to use his company for protection services for myself.
Okay. Did the two companies, your company and Anubis, have any joint commercial activity?
No, we never had any joint commercial activity.
Okay.
That was before my company was, I would say, fully established. So I was using his company for my own personal protection.
And if we regard his head to the company, the Cat Protection and Security trading as Cat VIP, it bears a registration number of 2017, but I accept you could
Yes.
have potentially bought a shelf company. So my question is, when did that company be registered in your name, that Cat VIP?
I will just say it from the top of my head. I can't quite remember. Maybe 2019, 2020.
2019, 2020.
Maybe,
I'll take that.
yeah, somewhere there. Yeah.
Okay. And in any event, these are matters that can be clarified by the CIPC and, a search of the CIPC. And as things stand, you said he was never your friend and he remains not your friend.
No, he was not a friend, but I was very close, but I will not say a friend, but someone that I was close to, because we see each other every day and then we're in business.
And besides business, did you have any other relationship, I'd asked? I know he's not your friend, Is there any other relationship besides business that you maintained?
The relationship, I think maybe if you can try to help me understand what kind of relationship are you referring to?
No, it maybe you have interests outside the security association that you have spoken of, outside Medicare. He could be an enthusiast in the same sports or things that you enjoy, that you participate together in. And I'm mentioning these relationships that would fall short of being a friend, a personal friend. But it's an acquaintance that you socialize with, you spend a lot of social, out of professional space, time with. Is it that kind of person? And I keep saying general because I don't want to confine you to a particular kind of relationship. I was hoping you'd be able to describe the nature of the relationship. Beyond Anubis and VIP, Cat VIP.
I will say also a neighbor because we stay in the same estate.
Yes.
And then for me to end up being close, knowing him, I think it's because of he loves sports cars, or he used to come to my house with his son to just have a look at my cars or drive around. So he used. I don't know how to explain that.
Okay. I think I get a sense. So there was life beyond association via your respective companies.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm ready to move to your paragraph 21, which asked you to speak of your relationship with Mr. 2.5.4, with Mr. Ignatius Mtakati. You deal with that at paragraph 21? If you could read that.
I do not have any relationship with Mr. Ignatius Motagati and have never had any dealings with him.
I see you specify you don't have any relationships with him. Is it somebody you know?
Yes, I know him.
Okay, thank you.
Does that answer mean that you socially knew him, you interacted with him?
Yes, I did.
Before you asked him for a loan?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
As a matter of interest now, seeing as you are not that close to him, you socially interacted with him And as the chair asks, because I'm sure if I were to approach him for a 5 million rand loan, he's unlikely to grant me. My question is, did you have to put up a security for that loan?
No,
Or
I
he
didn't.
took you on your word and it was by faith?
Yes.
So you didn't secure that, he didn't secure that loan at all, repayment of that loan?
No.
He trusted you that you will repay it?
Yes. And I did.
Okay.
And CAT VIP services did not provide any security services to him or any of his business entities.
He also have a security company.
He also has a security company.
yes.
So is that how you know him, that he's in the security business?
No, I know him because of he used to visit Mr. Msibi a lot. Him and Mr. Msibi were very close friends.
And you came to know him because at one point you were all at Mr. Msibi's place?
Yes, more than one occasion, yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Can I just ask a question whose answer may be obvious, but let me ask anyway. This loan that you approach him for and he gives you, was this after you had been awarded the Medicare? Before or after you'd been awarded the Medicare contract?
It's before.
It was before it was awarded. So the decision hadn't been made yet and you hadn't been told that you're successful?
It was not for the Medicare contract.
Okay. It was for another business, not
Yes.
Medicare?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
But Mr. Matlala, you said it was 5 million towards the end of 2024. If the Medicare contract was awarded in June 2024, then it must be after.
No, it's before. Maybe I'm confusing the dates, but I know for sure it's before.
So it was early 2024, not late 2024.
Yes, maybe, but it was before. That I know for sure.
And that can be resolved immediately by the loan agreement that you say it's written.
Or even with the bank transactions.
The
bank
transactions
statements,
themselves.
yes.
You have, and I take it then in response, in your supplementary statement in dealing with 2.5.2, you attach here to as an extra, whatever, that loan agreement. You have indicated you're in a position to provide us with that loan agreement.
Yes, I will.
Yes, so I'm suggesting that it be an annexure to the part in the supplementary affidavit where you are dealing with this loan.
Okay.
Thank you. Then if we move on to paragraph 2.5.3, this one required you to once again comment and speak to your relationship with Mr. Mike van Wyk. You deal with that at your